Welcome to Maths with Steve. I'm Steve, and today we're doing some more SATs reasoning revision. Okay, let's have a look then. So we've got question 11. Could you pause the video there, and I'll go through the question in a sec. Okay, so question 11. Amina is shopping. She says, I would like to buy 1/4 of a kilogram of cheese. So I'm just going to write this. I'm just going to write down 1/4 there. And it's of a kilogram. So I'm just going to write kg just so that I've got it. Write 1/4 on the scales as a decimal. Now, you might already know what 1/4 is as a decimal. But if you don't, here we go. What you can do a bus stop method and you can make it into a decimal. So if I go a little bus stop here and I'm going to do 4, how many times does 4 go into 1? Right, okay. So 4 goes into 1 0 times. And add a point there, stick a 0 in, and now I carry this 1. Okay. Now, how many times does 4 go into 10? It goes in 2 times, because 4 times 2 is 8. So then I've got 2 left over. Add another 0. How many times does 4 go into 20? It goes in 5 times, doesn't it? So the answer to this one is 0.25 kilograms. Great, okay, and then it says, the cheese costs £1.35. Amina pays with a £2 coin. How much change should Amina get? So the way that I like to do this, I like to put in my other decimal. So I can say that £2 is also £2 and 0 pence. And I'm going to take away from that £1 and 35 pence. Great. 0 take away 5 I can't do. Borrow from the neighbour. There's nothing there. Borrow from the next neighbour. Okay, so change that to a 1 and this one to a 10. Now I can borrow from this one, so that becomes a 9 and this one becomes a 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 3 is 6. And 1 take away 1 is 0. So it's £0 and 65p. So the answer is 65p. Okay, question 12. Pause the video, have a go, and then I'll go through the answer. Okay, so it says here are 3 symbols, and we've got 3 different symbols there. Write 1 symbol in each box to make the statements correct. So first off, what are these symbols? Well, this one means less than. And this one means more than. And this one, of course, means equal to. Okay, so let's think about this. We've got 7 over 10. Now, is that less than, more than, or equal to 0.07? Well, let's change our 7 over 10 into a decimal, okay, which is 7 divided by 10. And 7 divided by 10, all you need to do, you get your 7, let's just write it here, you get your 7, and then move the decimal one place over to the left there. So it's going to be 0.7. 0.7. Okay, which one's bigger, 0.7 or 0.07? It's 0.7, isn't it? So 0.7 is more than 0.07. 23 over 1,000. I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to divide it by 1,000. So I'm going to go 23. I'm going to go 3 places to the left with the decimal because there's 3 zeros in 1,000. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. Stick a point there, stick a 0 there. Great, so this is going to be 0.023. Which one's bigger? Well, 0.23 is bigger than 0.023, isn't it? So therefore, 0.023 is less than 0.23. Question 13. Pause the video, and then I'll go through the answer with you. Okay, so question 13. Here is a sketch of a triangle. It is not drawn to scale. Okay. Draw the full size triangle accurately below. Use an angle measurer, protractor, and a ruler. 1 line has been drawn for you. Now then, I can't do this on this because I don't have a protractor. But what I can do is I can give you an idea of how you might go about it. Okay. So we've got here at the bottom, we've got the 8 centimeters. They've given us that. Okay. Now, you need to do a 90-degree angle on there. So, what you can do is you can pop your protractor there, and very faintly, you would just draw up as far as you can, really. That's probably the best way to do it. Now, you get your protractor, and I'm just going to very quickly sketch this out for you. If you were to put your protractor on here like this, it would look something like this, and in the middle, that bit there, that needs to go on the end there, okay? And then from there, you'd start at 0 here, and you would count up until you got to 35 degrees, okay? And then from there, you would do a line. So it would look something like, and obviously this isn't going to be accurate, but it would look something like, let's see, oh, I can actually do this because of this ruler. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, so up to 35 degrees, and it should look something like, it's not going to be as accurate as you can do it on paper, but it will look, whoops, I need to put the pencil back on. It will look something like that for you. Okay, and then something that I would do as well, it's not actually asked you to do it, but I would obviously, I'd put in there 35 degrees, and I'd put my right angle in there as well. Okay, question 14 and 15. Pause the video there, and I'll go through the answer in a sec. Right, okay, so question 14, complete the table. Round 39476 to the nearest 10,000, 1,000, and 100. Okay, so let's just write it out first. I'm going to write it out, and then we're going to get our columns in order. So we're going to go 3, 9, 4, 7, 6. Now, if we were going to put our columns there, we could say, right, okay, I've got the units, I've got the tens, I've got the hundreds, I've got the thousands, and I've got the 10,000s. Right, okay. Now we know what we've got to do. All we just need to do is round it. It's quite easy. So let's start with to the nearest 10,000. Well, this is the 10,000 column. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to put a line next to it. I'm going to say, right, okay, it's to the nearest 10,000 column. Does this 3 stay the same, or does it go up? Look to the right of the line there, and that number is 5 or above. It's a 9. So therefore, the 3 will go up. So 3 is going to become a 4. And then how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 numbers, so 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next one. We need to do it to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so this time, this is the one that we're looking at. Okay, so I'll put a line next to that. Okay, so the 3 is going to stay the same. I can put that in straight away. Now, does the 9 change? Look to the right of it. No, it's a 4. A 4 is less than 5, so the 9 stays the same. And then how many numbers are there after it? There are 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 39,000. Okay, and finally the 100. Want to the nearest 100. So now it's on this one. I put a line next to that. The 3 and the 9 can stay the same, so I can just put them in straight in. 3, 9. And then I look at the 4, and then I go, right, okay, what's to the right of it? 7. 7 is 5 or above. Therefore, the 4 will go up 1 to 5. How many numbers after it? 2 numbers, so there's 2 zeros. 1, 2. There we go, done. 2 easy marks. Okay, so question 15. Amina asked 60 children who to choose their favourite flavour of jelly. Here were the results. So we've got raspberry 12, lemon 8, orange 15, blackcurrant 25, and the total is 60. What percentage of the 60 children chose orange? Right, how many chose orange? Let's have a look. So there are 15 who chose orange, and the total is 60. So let's just work that into a percentage. I can go 15 over 60 as a fraction. Now, what's that as a percentage? It might look a little bit strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify the fraction first. Now, what goes into 15 and also goes into 60? Well, 5 does, doesn't it? I can do it that way. 15 does as well, but 5 is the easier one to see, so we'll just look at that first. So if I divide it by 5, I can say 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 60 divided by 5 is 12. Now, what goes into 3 and also goes into 12? 3 does. So I can say divide it by 3, and that's going to give me 1 over 4. Now, you might already know what a quarter is as a percentage, but if you don't, what you can always do, you can say percent means 100, doesn't it? It's out of 100. So you can do 100, and you can divide it by the bottom times by the top. So 100 divided by 4. So how many times does 4 go into 1? It goes in 0 times, carry the 1. Okay, how many times does 4 go into 10? That's going to be 2 times, isn't it? With 2 left over. And how many times does 4 go into 20? That's 5 times. Times it by the top, that's 1. Anything times by 1 is itself. So therefore, the answer is 25%. Right, okay, so that's the end of today's video. I hope that's been helpful. If it has, please do share it. Let your friends know. Parents, please let other parents know if it can help people out. That's what they're here for, literally to help people out. So please do like if you like it, and also comment. Let me know, if there's anything that you want covering. Okay, see you tomorrow.